In this video, I'm gonna show you how I stopped slicing the golf ball by not bending over closer to the ball during the swing, but instead maintaining my posture, staying tall where that club can come from the inside right down the target line, and I can have a nice, shallow, inside path golf swing. So one of the things I struggled with, this is maybe my biggest swing fault personally. Everyone has their own thing. This is my little bugaboo, but I don't do it anymore, but it took forever to try to fix this issue. And I know so many people have this, and this is the reason so many people slice the golf ball, is you're setting up to it just like this, but then during the swing and as you go to the top of the swing, you're bending closer to it. Like I would be here, and then when I'm impacting the ball, I'd be down here because I'm bending closer to it as I'm swinging. I don't know how I would hit the ball, but my swing would look something like this, where I'm bending closer to it as I'm swinging. What that can do is, this would be a good swing if you're swinging around you where it hits the ball coming from the inside. But if you bend closer to the ball, this is going to put that club outside your hands if you're bending more forward in the swing. So you want to be able to maintain your posture throughout the swing. You don't want to start, see, I'm like this now. I'm this bent forward. I don't want to bend even more forward during the swing. I want to turn around this posture, turning around my spine, so that I'm not bending over more, because from this position, it's just, you're setting up for one big slice. So what did I do to maintain my posture? Well, the first thing I did, and it's in one of the videos in this Stop Your Playlist series, is that I bent over more when I was setting up to the ball, so I didn't have to do that during the swing. See, I was setting up like this, but the problem with this is I subconsciously knew I couldn't hit the ground. I couldn't even make contact with the ground if I'm standing up this high. So I would bend over more during the swing, but that is going to complicate everything. You want to set up correctly. So it's as simple as asking yourself, okay, if I just swing my arms around me when I'm setting up to the ball, what's going to happen? The club wants to go right here. So I actually need to bend over that little bit more. And that little bit more is what I was doing during the swing. But the problem with that is, if you start tall, turn, but bend over while you do that, it is causing a slice because you're not turning properly. You're starting tall and then bending over, and that's causing a slice. So you need to start more bent over and then turn around you while you're bent over, because you shouldn't have to go down at all to hit the golf shot. And something I also knew is that if your head's lowering a lot during the swing, that is not good for your back at all. You want to stay level, as that's going to be really good for your back. And so I knew that, and I wanted to find a way to fix it, but I just could not, for the life of me, find a way to fix it. But the root cause of the problem was I needed to bend over a little bit more when I was setting up to the ball, and then now focus on getting a proper turn. Because if I focus on getting a proper turn instead of trying to hit the ball, but instead I'm not trying to hit the ball, I'm just focused on making a good quality turn with the proper mechanics and fundamentals that I teach, then good things happen in the swing. But golf is really hard, so if you try to hit the ball, it might not turn out, or probably won't turn out like you want it to turn out. So instead, I focus on getting a nice turn, and look, my head didn't go up or down. Nice turn, and then nice turn through the ball. And because I'm set up for success on my unique swing plane, and I'm right here, if I just turn back correctly and then turn through the ball, and I'm not even looking, I can do this with my eyes closed, and turn through, and now as I'm releasing the club, it's running into the ball. So you want to build your swing to where you don't have to go down or up, the club's just going to run into the ball. And so that's what I did, is I set up on my unique swing plane, and I focus on turning correctly. And so that fixed my problem with the head going down. But if you want to get a little bit technical with it, which I know a lot of you don't like, the reason my head was lowering, the actual reason, was because I wasn't turning my hips enough. I know I talk about that so much. Enough hip turn is the key to so many golf problems. But if I was just going to turn around me, this is as much of a turn as I can get, because I needed to turn my hips more. Just that little bit of foot flare right there, you can't even see it. just that little bit of foot flare opens my hips up where I can turn more around me. Because if I have my foot straight on here, I can only turn to here. So the only way to turn more, boom, is if I start lowering my head and turning more, and not like this, but like that. So technically, because I wasn't turning my hips enough and my rotation stalled, if I got a little bit more, boom, I could get a full turn, but instead I was turning my upper body down. And so this motion here is what lowered my head and why I always had that move in my swing, but now I don't have that. So this is how I prevent my slice now, by staying tall and not bending over while I'm swinging, which is causing a slice. Instead, I maintain my posture and I swing from the inside. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing, as that would really help me out. This is an issue. If I go to a range of 50 people, I will probably see about 20 people doing this. Almost 40% of every range I would go to, I'd see some version of that move. This exact reasoning, what y'all just learned, you go to any range, you will see this. What you learned in this video are part of fundamentals 1 and 2 of the single plane swing method that I believe is the easiest method to hit a golf ball you could possibly learn. That's why I swing like I do and why I teach what I teach. I believe it's the easiest way for everyone to learn the golf swing. So fundamental 1 was setting up on your unique swing plane, and fundamental 2 was turning correctly. And there are 2 other fundamentals, so there are 4 fundamentals, and you can go learn those over at manninggolf.com. I have that linked in the description of this video. But I hope you enjoyed the video and got some new knowledge of how to stop your slice out of it. This is video 17 of 19 videos on how to stop your slice. So I highly recommend you watch all the other videos in the playlist if you're truly trying to stop your slice. But again, I hope you found some helpful tips in the video, and I hope the rest of your day goes well.